Hello everyone. My name is Jennifer Dale, and today we are going to talk about, have you ever made New Year's resolutions that on Monday you were ready to go and you were going to get it and you were going to crush it, and by Friday you're back on the couch eating Cheetos going, this is never going to work. I will raise my hand because I know that I've been there. I'm sure all of you have as well. And so while everybody is going to be talking about New Year's resolutions this year, what can you do? What's going to be different? And it's a great time to reset, to say, hey, I want to try something new. Hey, I want to renew myself, or I want to do something different this year. But the biggest thing that gets in our way is that most people start out with the best of intentions and we just don't get it done. And so today we're going to go over a couple of reasons as to why most people don't get their New Year's resolutions and what's going to be different about your focus this year that's actually going to help move the needle. So, first and foremost, why don't we get our New Year's resolutions? Now, this is something that happens in music, in life, but especially in something as broad as, hey, I want to learn how to sing, or hey, I want to learn how to play the piano better. You know, it's such a broad area that we are trying to find something that we can focus on to find some sort of progress so that we actually feel like we are proceeding forward as opposed to just in this huge field of whatever, right? So, number one reason is we take a goal like, I want to get better at piano, or like, here's a great one, I want to lose 5 pounds, right? We've all tried to lose 5 pounds, whether it's the COVID-19, the freshman 15, or the Christmas, insert your favorite number here, right? So what happens is we get on the scale the first day and we say, okay, I got to lose 5 pounds. Okay, got it. Day 2, we get on the scale and haven't lost anything. And your brain's like, oop, failed, don't like that. Day 3, you've been working out, you're eating lettuce, you're doing all the good things, and you might lose maybe a ½ pound, and your brain's like, yeah, well, we made progress, but we still failed because we haven't lost 5 pounds. Day 4, drag yourself onto the scale, haven't lost anything. You're feeling demotivated, you're not happy, etc. Day 5, you get on the scale again, haven't lost anything, and then you're back on your couch, eating Cheetos, go, well, that didn't work, so I'm just going to give up, right? And we try it with the best of intentions, but for some reason it doesn't work. And here's why. It's because we are so achievement focused that we actually create more failure that way. And I don't know about you, but I don't really like to fail. I don't think anyone does. So what happens is when you stack failure after failure after failure after failure, which is what you're doing, every day you get on that scale and you didn't lose 5 pounds, your brain's like, well, I'm out of here. I don't want to do this. I don't think anybody does. So there's actually a better place to focus your attention, and we'll get there in a second. Number 2 reason why people have problems with New Year's resolutions is that we think we are going to think our way into our goal as opposed to doing our way into our goal. And here's what I mean by that. We can say, hey, I want to be a better singer, and I'm just going to figure it out from there. But we expect to feel motivated or excited about saying, hey, I'm going to sing better this year. Hey, I'm going to practice more. Hey, I'm going to do this. And the reality is that our analytical brain isn't really in charge as much as we would like it to be. And if you think about the concept of inertia, which is a little science-based, but the answer is, what is going to get me off my couch and in front of a piano or practicing or doing whatever I need to do to actually hit my goal? And never have I ever thought that, hey, I want to be a better musician, really does that day after day after day. So what we focus on, though, is when you do something, when you are getting up and moving around and singing or playing or practicing, this is actually something that you do and you actually feel like you are accomplishing something. And that is a much stronger motivation than just saying, hey, I want to do this, especially without a plan or any type of task behind it. So those are the 2 reasons why these things don't really work. And now let's talk about where you're going to focus your time or your attention that's actually going to get you some progress this year in terms of becoming a better singer, becoming a better pianist, becoming a better musician, or whatever you prefer that you want to do. Number 1, these are 4 simple things, but number 1, we're going to get your goal. You got to figure out what your goal is. It might be, I want to be a better singer, I want to play better, I want to be a better musician. I want to learn to read music. Something along those lines. And I would say that in something as broad as music, the more specific you are, the more achievable the goal is. And so here's my test. If I can write down my goal and put it on my refrigerator and have a stranger come by and read it, and they understand or they can relate to what I'm saying, then that's a good goal. So to say, hey, I want to have more self-confidence as a singer. Hey, I want to sing higher as a singer. I want to have a high G, or I want to have higher notes. Or, hey, I want to play harder pieces as a pianist. Those are things that someone can understand. And it's the starting point, because once we have our goal, we have to come up with our why. And our why, if you've ever studied goal setting, they'll say, why do you want to do this? And generally it's like, oh, because I want to be better, I want to be great. Those are all good things, but they're not clear enough for you to be able to feel like you're wanting to take action on them. So the why comes in two pieces. Number one, very concrete. I want to get a better role in the next musical that I want to do. I want to sing this song that I cannot currently sing. I want to play this song that I currently cannot play. Something, again, that's super specific, that gives you a direction as to where you're going. So again, clarity, more power, and you actually feel like it's more in your control, because you've got a map. Now you're going to create a map to where you want to go. Think of it as, if I said, go over there somewhere, it's not a very clear goal, right? But if I said, hey, go to Navy Pier in Chicago, go to the Ferris wheel in Navy Pier in Chicago, that's very specific. And now I can find a way to get there. Make sense? The second thing is, in your why, you need to talk about what feelings you want to have. I want to feel more self-confident. I want to feel calmer when I walk into an audition. I want to feel more confident when I walk into an audition. I want to sing this song and actually enjoy it, as opposed to white-knuckling my way through it, right? Okay, so now this, my friends, this is what you've been waiting for, because this next piece, this is not only where the rubber hits the road, but this is where most people fail. And this is what's actually going to help you make some progress in this actual goal. And here's what it is. You are going to take your goal and you're going to say, what are 3 tasks that I can do 3 times a week, 5 times a week, whatever is going to work for you. And you are going to create a routine. And this is what you are going to focus on for the next 30 days, okay? You can look at the goal, you look at your whys, but you are going to focus on this routine, because this is what's going to help you get your goal. A lot of people are like, look at the goal, focus on the goal. I have done that. I have done that for years, and I'm here to tell you that you can look at it all you want, but if you don't have a roadmap as to how you're going to get there, it's going to be real difficult. So on this task list, we might have, let's take, I want to be more self-confident as a singer. Pretty easy, relatable goal. So number 1, I'm going to spend 5 minutes a day, and I am going to work on my breathing exercises. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to work on my breathing exercises for 5 minutes. Okay, number 2, this is even more specific, and I love this type of exercise because it makes you feel totally in control of you being able to complete it. To say, I am going to sing these 3 vocal exercises 5 times a piece. So I'm going to sit down, I play my recording, vocal exercise number 1, we go through it 5 times. Number 2, go through it 5 times. Number 3, go through it 5 times. Now, you are super clear as to what you want. It's much easier to sit down and go do this. Number 3, maybe I'm going to spend 10 minutes a day. I'm working on this song that I want to add to my repertoire, or I know that this show is coming up, so I want to work on this song for 10 minutes a day. Or I know that I have a piano competition that I want to, prepare for, or a festival or something like that. I'm going to spend 10 minutes a day on this piece. So these are my 3 tasks, and this becomes my routine. Now, this is the other important part of it. Now, some of us are more technologically advanced than others, but I'm pretty sure that most of us have the ability to utilize something called a calendar. We are going to find a space in our calendar for whatever these 3 tasks are. They can be done together, They can be done apart. I would tell you to do them together if you can, because one check in time gets them done and you're on your way to the races. Much easier. But if you need to spread it out, then by all means do that. This is whatever is going to help you get them done. And you are going to schedule a time on your calendar every day that you say you're going to do this. And you're going to do it for all 30 days. We're just going to look at January. We're not going to look at the rest of the year. Things change, X, Y, Z. So 5 days a week, these 3 tasks. We're at a grand 20 minutes a day. So you can do them first thing in the morning. You could do them during the day. You could do them in the evening. What I will tell you helps immensely is if you do them at the same time every day and the same place every day. Because the more you make it regular, the more it becomes a routine. And the moment you walk into that spot, your body and your brain are like, oh, gotta practice. Okay, let's sit down. And it gets to the point where it becomes natural and it becomes easier. And then it's not such a drag your butt off the bed or the couch to go do it. This is essential. So the last piece of your routine on a daily basis is you must celebrate the fact that you completed the tasks. I don't even care if they sounded like crap the entire time. The whole point is you created them and you did them every day. Your celebration must have 2 pieces. Number 1, it must be a physical aspect. So it could be like, yes, or thank you very much, or it could be a woohoo. So physical, and number 2, it has to have a sound. So you can do woohoo, you can say thank you, you can say yes. Whatever it is, you must do the physical and the sound together because it actually tells your brain and your body that you did something good. So last piece on the 30 days, you must at the beginning, so January 1, you are going to say, January 30th, when I have completed these tasks for these 30 days, I am going to give myself this reward. And it is going to be something that you roll in and appreciate and love and something that is going to excite you. If the reward does not excite you, then it's not a big enough reward. Just saying. The other piece of this that I will say, and this is kind of a backtrack, but it's not. When you're doing these routines, when you're putting these tasks together, your tell, the way that you're going to be able to tell whether you actually feel like you're going to get this done or not, is if you look at those and go, you look at those tasks and you say, I can do this. I can do this. Okay, this is doable. If you look at them and you feel very overwhelmed, they are too big. And we're not about building the entire castle right now. We just got to get you some foundation so you can get started. Because as you get started, you're going to start changing and progressing as part of it. But you got to get started, and that's the most important piece. Okay? Very last thing, after you have done the tasks for 30 days and you've given yourself a reward, you are going to look at them and go, okay, what am I doing for the next 30 days? Am I doing the same routine? Am I adding to it? Can I do some more exercises? Can I do some different exercises? What's my reward for the next 30 days? Does the time work? Does the place work? Etc. Now you're going to evaluate. But what we get into the habit of is every day it's like, oh, this isn't working. Oh, this isn't working. I haven't lost 5 pounds yet. And the truth of the matter is any type of skill takes time to develop. It's not a sexy idea, and it's not always the most fun, but it is the most powerful and the one that will stick with you the most over time. Think about it. If you can develop it in 30 seconds, you're probably going to lose it again in 30 seconds because you're not going to bother to keep developing it. Whereas if you've worked on it for several weeks, it's going to stay no matter what comes and what your nerves are and what you're thinking about because it's in your body. Okay? So I would love to see your goals or your whys, or even better, what is that golden routine going to be that you're going to focus on for the next 30 days? Please put it in the task or the comments below. Thank you for sticking with me through the entire thing. Have a wonderful, safe, healthy, happy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and I will see you on the other side. Thank you.